Hello everyone, Seraphin here, welcome back for more Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. When I last left you guys, we just finished up Chapter 7, Waterside Renval, and we are now moving on to Chapter 8, It's a Trap! I didn't want to spoil that for you guys, but Admiral Ackbar apparently is here telling us that this next chapter is a trap. Who invited him anyway? No one wanted Admiral Ackbar in the party, right? How long ago were you taken prisoner? Some 2 weeks past? Brother wears this bracelet's twin and he is in danger too. Bracelet? I remember. Prince Ephraim still wears the bracelet. And Grotto is after them? If that's the case, Princess. Perhaps you should entrust the bracelets to someone else. Give them to me or to Seth. Let someone you trust guard them. Do you think they allow prisoners' weapons? Too many questions. Seth is very perceptive, by the way. There's the big one. How do you know about the bracelet? Oh, snap. Yep, Horson's a traitor. Okay, so that's also part of the reason why I took all of his equipment off during Chapter 5X, because if you leave anything with him, you don't get it. And he had some pretty nice stuff, like a silver sword, he had a steel lance. I mean, that's all there was, really. And if you notice, his sprite is actually different. His portrait here is different from when you had him as a deployable unit. His eyes are, like, glazed over and are now, like, empty. That's to indicate that he's, like, evil Orson. And yes, Orson was the mole that was part of Ephraim's party that we probably knew about the whole time. And now he's a bad guy, and he runs away. And here we got this dude. Yep, so Ephraim did manage to escape, so he's not actually even here. He's very confident. I'll say that enough. First, to destroy the bridge. Yeah, I don't know how they managed to do that. Like, did they have, like, explosives or something? Like... we have to get away. But there's no bridge, dumbass! Oh, well. Alright, moving on. So we only get 9 units in this chapter, and this is going to be interesting because, well, it's another indoor chapter. Funnily enough, this is actually the same level that we cleared already with Ephraim. As you can see, these 2 treasure chests have been refilled. The same throne is here, and then I think it was cut off right there. Maybe played through it on Ephraim's route, so you didn't see the other chest that was 1 square over that we didn't get to have. But other than that, it is the exact same map, just shifted over downward and to the right some. So we've already been here. We know the terrain pretty well. And then we've got the boss Tirado here. He is a general. A promoted general. The first promoted enemy we're seeing, I think, in the game so far. He's pretty tough. Silver lance and a javelin. He's basically Lundgren at this point. He's got really high strength, really high defense. He's got silver lance and javelin, but beyond that, he's kind of meh. Oh, here's something new. So if you recall, from Blazing Sword, generals got to use lances as knights and then got axes when they promote. In this one, when you promote an armor knight to a general, they get swords and axes. So instead of paladins having access to the entire weapon triangle, now generals have it instead. And I will tell you this, If you thought generals with a lance and an axe looked really cool, wait till you see one with a freaking sword. It's awesome. And trust me, we'll get there. Alright, so we've got one extra chest here to contend with, as well as the other two that are over here. There's also a crack in the wall now. This was not here last time. So, I don't know, I guess that wall just decided to get a little weaker between the first time we were here and the second time. And you'll see we cannot retreat. The bridge has been destroyed. Again, I don't know how. Like, do they have explosives? Who knows? But we only get 9 guys, and we're definitely going to need Calm on this map. So he's a must deploy. We definitely need a healer. Because this is an indoor kind of defensive tanky map, we are going to want Gilliam. So we're going to bring him. As for who we're going to leave behind in his stead, that is a tough call. If I'm being totally honest, I'm thinking about leaving Archer behind. Or Namie. Yeah, we could leave Namie behind. She's pretty far ahead on experience right now. So we'll bench her for a moment, and we'll take Gilliam with us instead. Joshua's not going to be terribly useful right now. I want to have Franz and Vanessa to ferry people around that can go quick. I want Archer and Lute for dealing with people who are more vulnerable to magic. And Ross is just nice to have. So let's move on with that. I don't think we need to worry about equipment for the time being for any of them, although Archer, I just noticed, is running dangerously low on lightning tomes. He shouldn't need more than that. That's 5 double attacks. That's 5 enemies he can kill. Lute's good on her fire tome too, so we're going to drop off this plain, what did I just call it? Plain water? Pure water. Not plain water. Let's see. And then I got that energy ring. Like I said, I think I'm going to give that to Erica. She's really the only one struggling with dealing damage at the moment. And we're going to be needing her in the long term anyway. So yeah, let's go ahead and give that to her. That'll help make up for her strength shortcomings. There we are. So 8 strength now instead of 6. That's much better. It's amazing how much of a difference that makes. It does make a really big difference, just 2 points of strength as opposed to like 2 points of skill or something. Which again, I don't think anyone's really in dire need of at the moment, but that might change later. So let's go ahead and get everybody moved around where we need to have them here. Ross will be up front. Franz and Vanessa can be in the back because they move really quick. I guess Ross can be up front too. That looks good. Alright. It's a trap! We know that now. Alright, so let's get going. We got a couple of soldiers and an armor knight right in front of us, guarding this little treasure chamber with a bunch of knights in it. That's going to be fun for Gilliam to go in and just shred through. I think we're going to let him do just that. So let's load up an Iron Lance and go to town on these suckers. And he's got 5 speed now. So even if those silly knights have 1 point of speed like some of them do, then he'll still be able to double them. And then we can deal with the other one with... Let's let Vanessa have a kill. She hasn't had one of those in a while. Nice. And she's poking from distance, so no Steel Lance retaliation there. Yes, I know there's an archer off to the left. We're going to deal with him real quick. Franz is not quite close enough, but Ross, on the other hand, can get to him. And double him, thankfully, because he's weighed down by his silly steel bow. Lol. Steel bow that still only does 5 damage. And there is a Myrmidon there. Ross is probably going to have a hard time hitting him, but he's not going to be able to kill me outright. In fact, he doesn't even double. That's pretty funny. So yeah, he won't be a threat, really. We can put Calm up here, I guess. Maybe he'll go for him instead, and Calm can have a reasonably even fight against him. I do want to make sure I keep all of my magic users out of the way of him, because even Myrmidons can be kind of nasty against magic users. Anybody hurt? Ross is down a couple of points. Other than that, though, not really. Okay. So I was wrong about the enemy showing up behind us in the last chapter. That's fine. And then there's definitely not going to be any showing up behind us in this one. That wouldn't make any sense with the bridge being gone and whatnot. Well, that's what it is. Even with a Steel Lance, I wouldn't have two-shot that guy. Yep, he's going for Calm. That's fine. Swing and a hit. Alright. And I don't need one of us double each other. That's fine. Alright, get some speed here, buddy. Need you some more speed. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, sadly, I think Calm is going to find himself on a bench once I find someone else who can pick locks. And here we have Prince Ephraim! I thought he escaped. How is he still here? Save Erica and vanquish the enemy. You're as insolent as you are careless. Yeah, he's kind of an idiot. Well, if you follow me, I will handle everything with my level 13 awesomeness. Oh, it's so good. I love it. Anyway, we're going to be primarily relying on Kyle here. I don't want to give Ephraim too much more experience if I can help it, so... That being said... Can Kyle get to where I need him to be and still be in... Yeah, he can. So we're actually going to borrow this javelin from Ephraim real quick. And I'm going to ride out here and then move Kyle up next to him and take it back so I can whip it at this guy's head. Because that has been my goal this entire time. Whipping javelins at people's faces. And then when that archer attacks me, I'll attack him too. Perfect. Yeah, Kyle. It's going to be Kyle and Franz for our Cavalier team, for sure. And then we'll just have Ephraim bring up the rear. He certainly doesn't need to participate nearly as much in this battle since he's already such a high freaking level. Loot will get a kill right here against this guy, which I'm totally okay with. Magic fireballs. Everyone loves magic fireballs. Alright, and speed and resistance, not bad, not bad. More speed is always good. Free door key that we really don't need. We're going to bring Calm up here so we can crack the door open. And we're going to send Gilliam up this way too. Mulder's kind of got his work cut out for him right now, unfortunately. There's a few people that are in need of healing. We'll let Vanessa finish off this silly guy with an Iron Lance. And she crits completely unnecessarily, but hey, it's still cool. I love Pegasus Knight crits. I don't think there's any crit animation that isn't cool. They're all pretty much awesome. Let's put it that way. Ross can handle this here. Iron armor guy. Ooh, I can have Archer kill that Dark Mage. Why don't I have him go that way? Erica will just go this way to potentially reunite with her brother. That's the goal at any rate. There's a lot of armor knights in that room. They're all about to be a mushy paste. Oh, pirate crit. On a 1% pirate crit. Love it. There's... Come on, dude. You can do better than that. That's embarrassing. Alright, well, I guess we're not using the javelin yet. There's Ford. His palette looks really nice, actually. Again, I like his color scheme a lot. I just wish he was a better unit. Alright, we will ride up and take care of this soldier with Kyle. He's got a bit of a hit rate issue here. 65 is not spectacular. Should be enough, but... Yeah, totally. Alrighty, and then Ephraim can finish this guy off, and that'll give him the level 13. Boom. He's still getting quite a bit of experience from kills, even though he's such a high level. It's really bizarre to me. Hey, there we go. Skill, speed, defense. I'm loving it. Again, I would have preferred his strength be a few points higher than it is right now, but I will happily settle for how he's turning out right now. Thankfully, lances are powerful enough that he doesn't have to rely so much on being strong. And he's got that Regan life, which is just fantastic. Alright, next turn we will reunite Erica and Ephraim. That'll be the goal. And here, Franz can talk to his older brother. I guess that makes Franz more like Alphonse. You know, it's funny, he actually even looks like Alphonse. That's pretty funny. Alright, so we'll put Archer here to attack that Dark Mage. We'll have Calm crack open the door. Actually, can he do that? Who has that door key? I should just use the door key. Let's do that. Loot has it. Alright, so we'll trade it to Gilliam. Gilliam will walk into the door, throw on a steel lance, and go to town. And Colm is still in need of some healing, so we'll heal him up real quick. And then we can send Vanessa down this way, too. Alrighty, looking good, looking good. This is going to be a quick map, I think. Relatively quick. Alright, Steel Lance just strong enough to punch through these guys. Looks like they have Steely Lances, too, though. Hopefully, Gilliam's defense holds up. Oh, geez, yeah, they're doing a bit of damage here. I am doubling them, thankfully, still, but now Gilliam has 1 point of strength, a little bit too shy here to kill that guy. Yes, come at me, Dark Mages. Keep calling them Dark Mages, that's what they're called in, like, Awakening and whatnot. These are actually referred to as Shamans in the Game Boy Advance games, and then their promoted forms are Druids. I believe they're still called Druids in, like, Radiant Dawn and whatnot, but... Oh, they're called Sorcerers now in Awakening, I think. That guy we can actually finish off with loot. Although Archer's about to promote. Or not promote, but level up. Yeah, we'll level him up, that's fine. We're gonna get him a new Lightning Tome at the end of this chapter anyway. So, no big deal there. Alright, hey, look! Nice! That helps. Every little bit helps. Alright, let's heal up Gilliam real quick, and we'll poke this other Armor Knight. And that should get Gilliam a level up, which I'm hoping. I probably should have attacked him first with an iron and then traded the steel back onto him. That way I don't keep wasting the thing. Strength, speed, defense. Nice! Nicely done, sir. Liking it very much. He's actually just about Oswin tier, almost. He's not quite that good, but he's pretty close. I mean, it's really hard to measure up to somebody like Oswin, who's just ridiculously good. Well, of course I am. The enemy awaits. Alright, Kyle's gonna get himself some more meaty kills here with a steel. So, oh shoot, he can't kill him. He's not quite fast enough. What's the speed on this guy? 4? Oh, geez, he can't double no matter what he does. That sucks. In that case, why don't I let him come to me, and I'll use the Javelin. And that'll use up the last of it, but I can buy more, so no big deal there. Again, we're not using Ford, so who cares? We already have 2 really good Cavaliers. We're going to keep it that way. I could just use all 3 of them and Seth and have like a massive Cavalier army, but as appealing as that sounds, it wouldn't be all that, you know, wouldn't be a very good example of playing through this game. Cavaliers are great, don't get me wrong. I just don't see the need in using 4 of them. Oh, wow, I forgot Kyle has like no resistance. Alrighty. Oh yeah, he can't double, so there's still 1 throw left on that Javelin. That's fine. Oh, enemy Cavaliers behind us. Almost forgot about those. What do they got? Steel Lance, Javelin. Alright, that's no big deal. We can handle that. In fact, why don't I let Ross stay right where he is and use a hatchet on him. Kyle will come up here and mop up this guy real quick. No big deal. That'll get a level for him. That puts him to level 7, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Skill, luck. Would have preferred some strength or some speed. Sadly, Kyle is not big on getting a lot of speed. He generally doesn't progress it very highly. But it's alright. He will cut it for what we need him to do, and that's all that matters. Alright, 2 more Armor Knights. Then we got an Archer to deal with, too. Oh, he has a longbow. Interesting. Interesting. That's alright. That's not all that threatening. We'll move our little mate. You know, I'm going to send Archer down this way, I think. And we'll keep Mulder up here. Alright, you guys come at me. I've always loved the idea of just sitting people in the way of enemies and letting them go to town on me, because then I can just kill them in the retaliation. Enemy phase is so much more fun. Because you just get to sit back and watch your units cream everything. Assuming they're capable of retaliating. And people like Gilliam who just never die and just murder everything in front of them. Alright, one more swing and that guy's done. I might Javelin the Archer, actually, with Gilliam to get the level up instead of letting him have all the kills. Tink! Nice try. Silly longbow. And this guy is going to get hatchified. Not dead. Oh, maybe never mind. He's dead. 2% crit with a hatchet. That's hilarious. Alright, this guy's got Lance written all over him, so why don't we send Kyle up there with the Steel Lance. Ooh, Kyle gets doubled from him. That's not nice. I don't want to waste the Killer Lance, so I'm just going to let this guy double me. That's fine. He's only doing 2 damage, so it's not like it's that threatening. Alright, so we got a couple of guys here to deal with. Erica's got a rapier, so why don't she kill the sword one? Holy crap. Man, that... Tell you what, that freaking energy ring that I gave her is doing work already. This guy is not all that threatening. Enemy Cavaliers not anywhere near as good as my Cavaliers. That's not saying a lot, because my Cavaliers are amazing. Vanessa can't quite kill that guy. Could she kill that one? She does more damage to him at any rate. It's just 7 to him. Problem is, Erica straight up murders whatever she hits right now. Tell you what, I have an idea. We'll let Erica soften this one up. I have a plan, ladies and gentlemen. I always have a plan, but you don't know that. You're like, what is this idiot doing on the internet? We'll have Franz kill that one. And get a level out of it. Nice, just enough. Defense. Alright, that's fine. Would have preferred some speed. I'll take it, and then we'll have... Oh, she can't quite reach it! Darn it! Oh, that's fine. We'll just throw the javelin at him. Get some free experience. I forgot that that stairway is technically only 1 square wide, so she can't reach anything. Oh, she still gets a level out of it. That's fine. Defense. Okay. Not bad. Archer can come down here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to have Ford pick him up and ferry him the rest of the way. That's fine. And then I'm going to move in with... I almost said Nino. It's Loot. I keep doing that. I keep going back to the Blazing Sword units. It's difficult because they're so similar to the ones that... Well, I guess the ones that they're similar to. Loot and Nino were effectively the same character if you boil it right down. So we'll... Oh, geez, I doubled this guy? How heavy is that longbow? 10? Jeez. You know you're in a bad way when you get doubled by a massive armor knight. That being said, that longbow does absolutely nothing for damage, so I might just let him try to come at me here. Nah, let's just kill him. There's no point in waiting. Hey, an angelic robe. Nice. That's 7 HP for somebody. Alright. Go to town. Oh yeah, that's actually good. I kind of prefer missing once. So now I get a level up without having to kill him. Strength, skill. Alright, cool. A little more defense on Gilliam, I think, and we'll be all set. That's not going to do much. Longbows are pretty weak. This guy gets destroyed by Erica. Fun fact, that is not her original animation. Original attack animation. She actually had a very different one where she would kind of swing the sword with both hands in a sideways motion. Like sweeping at somebody. Oh, wow, nice. But I guess they decided to change it because it didn't make a lot of sense for her wielding a rapier that way, which is traditionally a stabbing weapon. So they decided to make her animation fit her unique weapon that only she gets to use. which I guess makes sense. But the yellow animation, I've actually seen it. I don't know if it's in the game files or if someone just found someone who knew what it looked like and made it. It looks really, really cool. Magic defense. Interesting defense. I'll take it. Alright, move Gilliam up here. We're pretty much all set down in this way. Gilliam has 33 hit points? Holy smokes. Yeah, he's going to be an absolute monster of a tank. Which, again, not upset about. Not in the slightest. So we're going to have Vanessa pick up Erica. Fly her up here. And we'll have Franz pick up Ross and move him up here. Ford is still carrying Arthur. And we're going to have Kyle deal with... Oh, geez, there's a Dark Mage there. So I need to go right here next to the cap of that column there. And let the mercenary come to me. Maybe I'll crit him again on the retaliation like I did a second ago. That'd be cool. Not going to happen, but you never know. No, I get doubled too. That's not cool. You know what I could do? Take that 1-point javelin off him and just whip it at his face. I love it. Make some room. Now Kyle can run ahead and take out the Dark Mage. Yep, he absolutely doubles. And Steel Lance will one-shot the guy, though. Let's do that. That's more fun. Push that through his face. That's another level up for Kyle. Give me some strength, dude. Nope, skill and speed. I'll take the speed. That's fine. He needs more strength, though. That's 3 level ups with no strength on him just yet. That's a little annoying. Alright, let's keep moving the whole group here. Since Cavaliers and Pegasi move so much further. It's not even really that much further. It just seems like it's a lot more. He probably only needs an Iron Lance now for these guys. When I said last time on 5X that a thief spawns from these stairs, it was actually this map where the thief spawns, so I want to be keeping an eye out for him, because I don't want him stealing all my stuff. Thankfully, I have my own thief right there and waiting, so... This is where Kyle laughs at you for attempting to attack him. And here come some soldiers. Let's all laugh at their puny attempts to hurt Gilliam. Ha! 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 This archer's gonna... Another longbow? Man, I didn't know they had that many longbows. We don't have any of those yet. That guy's got a longbow too? Jeez. Longbows are annoying. They have 3 range instead of 2, and they can just kind of shoot over everything. There's the thief. Does any one of these guys drop the longbow? No. Darn it. I could use a longbow right now. That'd be nice. Alright, let's finish off this guy. We'll use the sword instead of the lance. Get Kyle some levels. Alrighty. So if the AI is not stupid, it'll go for Kyle, because it'll have weapon triangle advantage, and it won't get immediately wrecked. Just to discourage them further, we'll put Regan Life on Ephraim here. Alright, moving up everybody else. Let's see, does that thief have anything? He has a lockpick. How fast is he? 11 speed. I think that's just enough. Yep. I can steal his lockpick. Give me that. Now, he can steal it right back is the problem, but he won't if he doesn't have a chance to. That being said, I can't quite kill him in a single hit, so what he'll probably end up doing is stealing back the lockpick I just stole, but I'll just steal it back again next turn and kill him with Gilliam. And I think that's A rank in lances for Gilliam. Yes, it is. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? Silver Lance Armor Knight. Which is my favorite kind of Armor Knight. Because everybody loves silver weapons. Alright, we gotta be careful here. I don't want to be in range of that longbow. Oh yeah, there's more mages coming. I forgot about that. Yep, so the knight goes for Kyle, which is fine. Kyle will kill him. And sadly, I don't have any javelins to huck over the wall with that other archer, but I can just break the wall down and go at him. Still no strength. Come on, dude. You're killing me. Yeah, he stole his lockpick back. That's fine. Silly lockpicks. These longbows are getting irritating too, if I'm being totally honest. So why don't we steal that back yet again? Mine, not yours. And we're actually going to put Gilliam up front here so we can handle these chumps. With the Iron Lance. And we'll have Loot finish off the mage. Silly thieves. Did I say finish off the mage? I meant finish off the thief. Oh, geez, he's in range of that mage now, too. That's fine. I think he'll be alright. Which HP is he down? He's full, just about. We got another mage coming up behind us here. That's, again, not that big of a deal. So why don't I have Ephraim knock this wall down? Oh, geez, that's a 50 strength wall? Holy crap. Okay, well, in that case, we might need to get some extra help here. Let's drop Ross. That's Erica. Ross is over here. No, it's Archer. Ross is here. And then we got Archer up here. Yeah, let's just have Ephraim take a crack at the wall real quick. Bust it down next turn. And then we can have Ford drop off Archer. Alright, so this is going to get a little squiffy in a minute here, but that's fine. I think we can handle it. Gilliam will easily dispatch these two guys. Probably get hit by that mage, but he'll be fine. The wall that is Gilliam. Again, he's just laughing at these people. Oh, so close. Yeah, he's gonna get shot at by that. He might even get doubled by him. Maybe not. Thunder weighs quite a bit, so. That being said, we're gonna need to deal with these mages sooner rather than later. Now that I've got Calm available to do some stuff. Does anybody have anything to steal? I didn't even think about that. These guys are reinforcements, so they shouldn't. Probably should have checked to see if I could steal anything before I started killing everybody. That would have made a lot more sense. Let's deal with this guy, just because archers are annoying. And the mages are a lot less threatening to loot than an archer would be. And we can heal up Sir Gilliam real quick. Why don't I give him a mend, just for good measure? That sounds useful. And then Gilliam can pop this guy. Not quite enough to kill him. That's actually fine, because I'm going to let Calm have the kill. And then Gilliam will level up just from poking him. That puts him at, what, level 13 now? Yeah. Wow! Nice! That's a... Oh, that was good. Love that kind of a level up on an Armor Knight. So nice. That makes up for Kyle being kind of crap right now. Kyle's not crap. He's just having a hard time. So, this is something I wanted to talk about with Blazing Sword, but I never really got around to. So, a lot of the more... I talk a lot about what veteran players think when they play this game. And I don't mean to bring that stuff up because I think that my opinion is any less valuable than theirs. Because I consider myself a pretty veteran player in a lot of respects. But at the same time, I'm not the kind of player that will go and do, like, you know, the hardest difficulty challenges or, like, try to beat the game in as few turns as possible or that kind of thing. So when I say veteran players, I mean the people who do that kind of stuff. And I do watch a couple of them on the YouTubes. They're fairly big players, but at any rate, so they're the kind of people who like to, do low turn counts or do really hard difficulties, and based on these experiences, we'll decide what units are good and what units are bad, based in that vacuum, so to speak. And I'm honestly not that big of a fan of that mantra, because not everybody plays that way. And I don't. And I don't think that choosing to not play at the highest difficulty and the most annoying difficulty in a lot of cases makes me a bad player. I don't believe that at all. I think I'm pretty good at this game, considering every American one I've played and beaten, with the exception of a couple of versions of Fates, only because that game's annoying. But that being said, I don't consider myself a bad Fire Emblem player. So when I hear people like that say that there isn't any point to leveling up your characters to 20 before promoting them because, their stats at level 15 versus level 20 is only going to be like, 1 or 2 points in a given stat, depending on their growth rates. Or, what's the point of using the Aphis drops in Blazing Sword because it only adds 5% growth, so that's 1 stat point over 20 levels. And I'm like, well, here's the thing with that. That does make sense to some effect. However, what they're neglecting to mention is that that's not how statistics work. I am by no means a mathematician or a statistician or anything like that. However, I have taken several classes on statistics and that kind of deal. So take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. I'm not a mathematician, but I know a thing or two about it. So when a character has, let's say, a 50% growth rate in a given stat, there we go, luck on Molder, nice. That means that, when it's time for them to level up, they have a 50-50 chance of getting the stat and 50-50 of not getting it. And you may be wondering, you may be saying, yeah, on average, that means that over the course of leveling up 10 times, they will, on average, get 5 levels of that stat, because that's half the time. But the way statistics works is they could get it every time, or they could get it none of the time. And there's no real distinction between the two. Like, you don't know. It's completely random every time. So when someone says that an extra 5% increase in a stat isn't worth it because it's only going to average out to being 1 extra stat over 20 levels, I disagree with that. Because that's not statistically how it's going to work. They could get, with that extra 5% could mean the difference between leveling up a stat and not a lot of the time. And I think if you have the opportunity to get every advantage, why not use it? So the way that I generally play this game is I level the characters up to 20 and then I promote them, because that gives them the greatest potential to maximize all their stats. And some people are like, well, that's a waste of time because they don't need to be that strong and the game's not long enough to warrant that. And I'm like, yeah, but that's how I like to play. And honestly, if you think about it, waiting to promote them is actually making things a little bit more difficult for yourself, not easier, because you're stuck with classes and characters that don't have their full growth potential unlocked yet. Their stat caps are restricted to a certain area. And granted, a lot of them won't reach those caps by the time they reach level 20 unpromoted, but if they do, then you're artificially capping yourself and you're making things more difficult. So there is a case to be made for not doing it. There's a case to be made for doing it. It really depends on your personal preference. But just because statistically or on average something wouldn't be quite as effective as it looks like it would be on paper doesn't mean it's a bad thing to do. And I'm sorry if I'm ranting or not making a lot of sense right now, but that's just how I feel about it. So I like promoting my characters at the very last minute because, there's not really any point in not doing it, in my opinion. I like getting the most potential out of my characters that I can possibly get. That is enjoyable to me. That's how I like to play the game. And if you don't like it, tough crap. So that's my 2 cents on the whole matter, really. An Elysian Whip. That will be for Miss Vanessa, I think, at some point. That being said, we gotta heal up Gilliam real quick. I'm kind of gonna let him wail on the boss for a little while and get some free hits in on him. I could just finish this off with Ephraim right now, or let Loot get the kill. In fact, now's a good time to just finish him off because he's not gonna retaliate against anybody. Oh, jeez. Okay, so maybe using Ephraim is not a great plan. Can Erica take a hit from this guy? No, she cannot. Okay, well that's off the table then. So yeah, we're going to let Ephraim go to town a little bit longer. We got to get this last chest open anyway, so that's fine. I'm actually going to use a horse person to do this, because that's easier. And then we'll have Vanessa do it too. Rescue drop. Go. This episode's going to be a little bit longer. There's going to be some story exposition at the end of this chapter, just because we got the twins reunited now, so there's going to be some conversations that need to be had. So apologies, this one runs a little long. You know what? I might just finish off and let Ephraim have the kill. I don't want to be sitting here all day. If it were a situation where I wasn't playing in front of all you guys, I would just sit here all day and farm experience, but ain't nobody got time for that, as the conventional wisdom goes. So why don't we let Loot have some extra XP from hitting the guy, just for the sake of doing that. Wow, alright, fair enough. She gets a level 2 out of it, so that's nice. Magic, man, that's like the 3rd defense level up she's had. Not complaining, it's just weird. Can't hurt him with him. He must have some really good resistance. He's only got 8. The throne gives him 3 more, I guess, but I can hurt him a decent bit with Ross here. Let's do that. And Ross does not quite get a level, but pretty close. Erica will get ruined if she attacks him, so we're going to avoid that. Let's heal up him one more time. And then we'll just poke at him a little bit. I can go Iron Lance instead of Steel this time. There we go. Did my avoidance go up? No, it went down. Alright, and then we'll just finish him off with Ephraim. Just enough. I thought I might get a boss conversation here, but nope. Not nearly as merciful, yet he keeps letting us get away. It's kind of hard to deduce what his motivations here are. Maybe he's just a crazy person. Spoiler alert, he's a crazy person. Oh, resistance but not strength? Come on, Ephraim, that's level 14. Man, killing me with this. Yeah, he'll make up for it eventually, I think. Alright, so Erica can seize the throne. We got all the treasure. Let's get out of here. How is he morally responsible? What? Who is that? Her name is Myrrh. Her hair is indigo. Her hair is actually kind of purple, isn't it? It looks purple. It's a long story. For now, we must move. Suffice to say, Emperor Vigard has enlisted some otherworldly powers. We must warn everyone of the danger. Alright. Okay, so I'm sorry. The exposition hasn't happened yet. That's going to happen in the next chapter. So we will move on to the exposition in the next episode. So thank you all very much for sticking with me. The twins are now reunited, and it's going to get much more interesting from here, I promise. So we will get to see all the exposition and the fun stuff in the next episode. So until that time, thank you all very much for watching. As I said, this has been Seraphin. Stay classy, internets.